This vlog encompasses day 51, starting in Massachusetts, to day 68, which is today, ending in New Hampshire. Day 51, we crossed into Massachusetts a couple miles ago. It is already beautiful. Actually, when you first cross in, there's all these waterfalls and things like that. Real beautiful. So we're headed along. I guess I don't really know future plans. We got to look at the map closer. We kind of looked at Connecticut and not really into Mass too much. But yeah, we're over almost 500 miles. The 25. Today is day 54. We're in Massachusetts still. The last video, my camera ran out of battery, so it just cut short. But we're, at this random, we came out of the trail there, and we saw a little sign, and it said, AT Trail stand ahead. And sure enough, there's this little place. It's basically just an honor system. Pay for what you take. They got a little charging station too, which is really useful. Always cool to see these little things. A nice place to sit and enjoy lunch. It's a beautiful farm they got here. It looks like they have sheep. There's some cattle up that way under the trees in the shade. Today is drawing to the end of day 55. We're about to complete our first 20 miler. Huge milestone. It took us a while to build up to it. Didn't want to get hurt, didn't want to push ourselves too much, and now we don't have the dog to worry about. So we actually did it. So hopefully we'll have more of these as we continue on. So the deal with the dog is, got a call from Janine's mom while she took Tiger to the vet. So we were FaceTimed in, and he asked us some important questions about, his diet and stuff on the trail. So his recommendation was to take him off trail, actually because of diet. So at first, this happened a couple days ago, I thought I was gonna be mentally just with doing the trail and stuff not in a good place. But fortunately, it's been a couple days and I'm not like okay with it, but I'm in a good place with it because I know it's for the better. He had a pre-existing heart condition, as I mentioned, and you need a good diet, bottom line. And he just didn't like any food out here. He was refusing to take his supplements at some points, and it just wasn't going to work in his best interest. So whatever keeps him healthy and happy. And the other kind of positive thing is he was originally Janine's family's, so he's not just in a place where he's unfamiliar or doesn't know the people. They were his original owners. We've had him for 2 years at this point, so he's not in an unfamiliar place. He loves those people, so I think it's a overall good, the best it could be in the situation. And we're picking up the pace so we can see him sooner. So we're about to hit Dalton, Massachusetts. I believe we'll be close to like 30 miles left in Massachusetts till we're in Vermont. And we'll get in the Black Flies, I suppose. We made it to the top of Greylock Mountain. They have this memorial thing that we're gonna climb to the top of. This is what it looks like when you walk in. This mountain's at the end of Massachusetts. We're going to go into Vermont today. When we're on top, we'll take a picture of the view. We made it to the top of the War Memorial Beacon. This is Pretty darn good view of Massachusetts. We'll see how Vermont is. Let's see. So that direction is Vermont. So we're about to be going through those. They look pretty epic. Wouldn't you say?
Yes.
It's like those over there.
Yeah.
I think today is the end of day 57. We're crossing into Vermont. This sign is about the Long Trail, which was the inspiration for the AT, which started it. So there's a little blurb right there. We're racing against the storm tonight. Rolling in. Supposed to roll in actually a couple hours ago. Isn't quite here yet, a little bit of drizzle, but we're racing to camp right now. We're 2/5 of a mile away, and then we'll be setting up camp. Today is day 60, I believe. We're still in Vermont, in front of this lake that doesn't really say what it is. Really cold and rainy today. My hands are freezing. Vermont's been good. I think our timing was a bit off because it's quite muddy, the trails, and it would have been nice to get here when it's dry, like a dry spell, but it's been raining. Today it rained pretty hard starting at like 10 a.m. and it let up, I don't know, maybe an hour ago. We have 5 miles left. Tomorrow we're planning to go into a town, Manchester Center. Having trouble posting the videos. No service, although actually I had service yesterday, so hopefully I'll be able to do that today. But or tomorrow. Manchester Center, gonna do laundry, shower. It's been a while, definitely a long while for laundry. And what?
It's one of the adult red F's. See, it's dark. Swimming around.
Yeah.
Salamander.
Red F swimming around.
Cool.
Anyway, Vermont's cool though. It's not much poison ivy or any like, I feel like it's just a very nice forest, high quality, not a lot of invasive species that I've seen, and it's pretty impressive, you know, just like a pine forest. Everyone says the mud's the worst, but honestly, it's not, to me, it's not worse than anything we've seen before. Just throwing that out there. So, I mentioned the mud. This is kind of more typical, but I'm just trying to be an optimist. Go around it. You know, Vermont's definitely some mental challenges for sure. Like, the black flies here are really only new. We've been getting attacked by them for days. They're a lot smaller than what I thought they were, but they can get annoying. Mosquitoes, bugs, there's like crazy amount of bugs. This rain, the mud, the climbs, I don't know, they're probably more difficult, right, than what we've had.
Yeah, definitely.
A bit more difficult. I mean, I've been enjoying the exercise aspect. I mean, I've been trying to just be positive. My positivity or optimism for the bugs is they keep me moving. They keep me moving along. It's like someone cracking the whip. But like I said, it is a pretty place. Really nice, pristine forest. It is the end of day 60. Cold day, as I had mentioned, 45 degrees or so. So we set up our tent, got to camp, warmed up a bit, not entirely warm. We are cooking dinner. So tonight's menu, we're at the end of our food bag, I'd say, right?
Yeah, after this, we pretty much only have peanut butter and jelly left.
Yeah, so
And the tuna packet.
we're at the end, and it's like, it's gonna be pretty good. So we have these beefish chunks, which are, they're not real meat, but I guess they're imitation. They're nice and chunky. Minced garlic, green cabbage, jalapeno dices, and green peas. We're gonna throw these in first. They need to be rehydrated. We'll add a little bit of olive oil. We also have this Lipton, it's like onion soup. We'll throw that in, and then finally potatoes. And it should be satisfying. This is the final product. I gotta say, I think it's one of the better instant potatoes we've made. We are in Vermont. Did laundry yesterday. Right now we're climbing some ski mountain, Bromley Mountain. It's pretty funny. We climbed Stratton the other day, and now we're on Bromley, and then we'll be in Killington in about 2 days. So today's weather, obviously looking pretty nice. It's been really cold and rainy. Last night, same thing, cold and rainy. Some interesting things that happened yesterday. It was our first hitchhike. Really awesome, actually. I don't think I've ever hitchhiked in my life. And it's just a great experience. Like, kind of left me happy. Would you say?
Yeah, it was really nice. Like the just kindness of a stranger to pull over. There were some like dirty, smelly hikers, looking all disheveled probably. And yeah, Charlie. Stopped
Charlie
for
was
us.
his name. We even got a ride back from the laundromat where we did laundry. From just the owners of the laundry place. So pretty great in Vermont. I mean, there's not that many towns to stop off at. In fact, we're not going to stop off at another town until New Hampshire. This is the only town we stopped at. Right? So good while we were in the town. But yeah, Vermont's been beautiful. Forest wise, I mean, you could probably see the bugs already swarming me. You know, there's some complications with weather and bugs and stuff, but you know, it's things like this that make it pretty awesome. Like these mountains right here. So today is day 68. In Vermont, we're about to cross into New Hampshire. So I just want to share a story that just happened to us. So there's a thing on the trail called trail magic. So what it is you might be standing on the side of the road, someone might stop, give you like a soda they have in the car, and just like help you out. You know, generosity of people. So we hadn't showered in a while. It's been like a week. Hadn't done laundry, all this stuff. Hadn't taken a break in almost a month. A 0 day where it just let us rest and recover. So we booked a cabin on Airbnb. Is like, sometimes things are spread out, and it was like kind of a bad location to get something, but we managed to get this off-grid cabin. No laundry, cold showers, but hey, we were gonna do it. It was like on trail, no Uber required to get there.
A private little cabin on a farm with a real bed, that sort of thing.
So it was gonna do the job that we needed. So we booked that 2 days in advance. There's a storm that rolled in yesterday that we were planning to take a zero on, and thank God we did, because it was actually like really bad. So we didn't have service for 2 days. Area's been really garbage as far as like service is concerned, and it's been hard to post things and stuff like that. But so we get into town finally. We go to a general store where they have Wi-Fi, and we got all these supplies to get ready for our day off, like food and things like that. And we get service on the Wi-Fi, and the lady messaged us, our cabin has just been vandalized, like we were getting it ready for you. And we realized like how bad it is, and we can't accommodate you at this time, unfortunately. And we got to this general store like 5 o'clock. So we're basically outside when it closed, and no idea what to do because our plans just got like uprooted.
And we're not about to return all this food and stuff we just bought.
Well, the store's closed.
Yeah, it was closed. But even if it
they
wasn't,
wouldn't like accept returns.
No.
But anyway, we're standing there, no idea what to do. All of a sudden, a truck pulls up, and a guy named Dan has a secret hostel. It's all word of mouth. Like, we had no idea about it, and he's like, "Hey, you can stay at my place." And you know, it's like the definition of like trail magic, when like you need something desperately, and then the generosity of strangers just happened, right? So we end up going there, hot shower, upgrade. And then we asked him if we could do a zero, which was like a work for stay. And we were kind of on the fence with that. I mean, we were going to do it, but we were like, man, working on our 0 day.
The
like,
one day off we've had in about a month.
Yeah, and you got to like get up and move around. But we accepted, and we chose a job of cleaning out the hostel, which is a barn, small barn up on the top floor. There's just like all sorts of, like, there's old insulation in there, like on the ground, all just clutter and just stuff, and like mice had gone into things.
Yeah, some other hikers had left food around, so the mice really had a field day with that.
Yeah, so we thought it would be good to help like other hikers and stuff, so we chose, he had a list of jobs, we chose that. Turns out really rewarding. It was so nice to like stay in there and see our work, like the place like completely cleaned out. I would stay there again easily.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a totally different kind of feel. And, you know, because we did that, he basically offers some other things. So we got to do laundry. That wasn't in the plans. You know, the hot shower, that wasn't in the plans. So all in all, great experience. Awesome guy.
Yeah, it's very interesting. And it was also really rewarding to be around the other hikers and hear that, I don't know, like Vermont has been kind of tough, but to hear that they're going through what we're going through too was like really, it lifted my spirits a lot to know that I wasn't alone and feeling like, oh, I'm struggling a little bit, or, you know, if I'm struggling like this, how is it going to be in New Hampshire? But to know that however many other people it was, like 6 other people were going
some, like,
through
other
the same
people,
thing.
Other people too that like we just saw on the trail logs that were ahead of us, and we finally caught up to them, so we've been wanting to meet them a while.
Yeah,
so we sat and talked on like the porch for like an hour with coffee. The guy makes like coffee every morning.
Very good coffee.
Fantastic coffee. But yeah, it's just like things like that happen, and it's like we feel like totally revitalized out here, and crossing into New Hampshire today and just going for the whites, feeling excited. So it's just something about the trail, you know, it's like one of those like little quirky things that's cool, you know what I mean? So anything else to add? Hopefully I can post this soon enough.
Yeah, maybe Hanover.
Maybe. It's been a while. Janine and I are in Hanover, New Hampshire. We are headed into the White Mountains. This is supposedly the hardest terrain by far on the trail. We are a bit intimidated yet excited to embark on this journey. Next video we'll be covering probably New Hampshire and Maine.
And the
I would
lights,
think.
yeah.
Yeah, the White Mountains is the challenging thing. Cell service should be pretty bad, so it'll be the same kind of timeline.